prove it. This is a prove it week against the Titans with a chance to get back to 500, 2 weeks away from an amazing Houston Texans team. It is a big test this week in Nashville to play the Titans. There are 5 keys. Let's get right into it. Number 1, Colts have to pressure the quarterback. 0 QB hits, 0 sacks. They pressured the least amount in the StatCast era last week, which is awful. They rank bottom 3 in the league in most defensive categories tracked, and yet are 2 and 3. That's in spite of the defense for the most part, as those 2 wins were solid defensive performances. The other 3 have been some of the worst defensive performances I have seen in the NFL in years, and that means for any team. That includes the 0-16 Browns, which were terrible defensively, but there's just something especially bad about this defense, and it starts with pressuring the quarterback. The defense that Gus Bradley plays is not going to work against Tennessee, even with their sucky quarterback play, if you don't pressure them. 45% of the time they are getting pressured by other teams. That is the key to success. If the Colts do that, they can win. If they do 4 of the 5 things I'm telling you, they will win. If they do 3, they still have a chance to win, but it's less likely. I do think that they do 4 of the 5. Let's go into number 2. Defense has to play hard and tackle better. So again, first one was defensive pressure. Number 2 is if that pressure is not getting there and guys are, getting 5-6 yards, you got to tackle better. You have to stay in your rushing lane. Stop the run. We talked about this early on. Can't believe I have to say it again. Number 3 says score in the third quarter. Score in the third quarter. I made a YouTube short a while ago. You guys probably saw it. It was last week after the game. Colts are the best fourth quarter scoring team in the National Football League. Period. Scored 24 points in the fourth quarter last week. It's not going to cut it, though, if you score maybe 3 or 6 in the third. You got to be scoring touchdowns in the third, doing good there, and lead it into the fourth. You can't just play 3 of 4 quarters and expect to win a game against any team in the National Football League. Number 4 here, we got run the ball. Run the ball. Goodson had 5 rushes, averaged 5 yards per run. Why was he not getting it more? He seemed to kind of have good rushing lanes. Also, pass to those running backs as well. So this is just in general, feed the running backs. I know that you have backups, but running is a key to this offense. You must use it if you are Indy. And number 5, get Pierce active early. This guy had 134 yards on 3 catches in the fourth quarter. Those were the only times that guy was getting targeted, and he changed the offense. That's with Flacco in there or AR. Get Pierce the football. And, of course, number 6, if AR is active, would be get him running safely. Safely is the word, meaning getting out of bounds, sliding way earlier than when the defender's about to come up, because these guys are going to try to hit him. They know he's injury prone and they're going to come after him, so you got to be smart. So what do I actually think happens with all these things? Well, I think that it starts out kind of in a grudge match. Early scoring from both teams, probably 6-6. In the second quarter, I expect the Titans to score a touchdown, Colts to score a field goal. I'm expecting it to be about, what would that be? About 13-9. Going after halftime. And then I'm expecting 11 points somehow from the Titans. I don't know. I guess that calculation was wrong. But I'm basically expecting the Titans to have a lead going in the second half. I'm expecting them to have a lead going in to the fourth quarter, because that's just what the Colts have showed me. I'm expecting the score to be about 24-17 going into the fourth. Remember, I said the Colts had 9 going into halftime. They're going to have something like that, maybe 7, whatever. I'm expecting hopefully 10 points in the third. Again, that's one of the points I said. I say they do that. I'm expecting them to then score a lot in the fourth, like usual, 2 touchdowns. I'm expecting to win 31-24. This is not going to be easy, Colts fans. It looks like it's easy on paper. As you saw against Jacksonville, it is not. This defense can barely stop a running nose right now. And that's why my first 2 points were defense. We could even go deeper than that. The cornerbacks need to play better. Maybe change the scheme, Gus Bradley. We could do a whole thing on Gus Bradley. We're not going to. My point to Colts fans is this. It is not the end of the world. If the Colts lose this game, it's going to feel like it. But I'm expecting them to ride the ship, win this game, get some more players back next week, win again, get more players back, and play a crazy game against Houston. That's the truth, guys. 1 week at a time. Colts win here. Colts win against Miami. That Houston game becomes huge. It could be so big that we're not going to have to talk about the wild card at the end of the year. We could talk about playing at home in the first weekend. That is all still alive. Yes, 2-3. The Colts are still very much alive for the division, but it starts with the big divisional game this week. Will the Colts show up is going to be the biggest thing. If in that first half they're not playing up to that standard, it is over. My prediction actually isn't even probably correct. I can see them winning, but here's the truth, guys. And I said it earlier, and I'm going to end on this. First and second quarter, the Colts need to play football. What does that mean, Luke? Obviously, they're playing football. No, they need to play Colts football. They do it in the first quarter all the time. But that second and third quarter, the meat and potatoes of the game, the middle part of the game, they need to play their football. Right? You can't win a game just playing the first and the fourth. That's like reading the beginning of a book, right? First 5 pages, and then going and reading the last 5 pages. You don't know what happens in the middle. Did you win by reading that book? Hell no, because you don't know what goes on in the middle. Truth be told, if you read past the first and before the end, do you win as well? No, it is a 4-quarter game, or let's say 4 long chapters, right? You have to read the entire book, but you can't read the entire book if not other people are helping you read it. Imagine this as like a book club. Colts are in a book club, right? You know, this person read this part of the book, this person read this part of the book, this person read this part of the book. Everybody's got to carry their weight. Are the Colts going to carry their weight this week? Yes. I'm expecting it to be tough, though. I went way balls to the wall last week saying they were going to kill the Jags. I don't think the Colts are going to kill a team this year, period. I don't even care if it's the Dolphins without their quarterback. I don't believe that the Colts are going to kill anybody this year. I also don't believe that the Colts will get smoked by anybody. This is a team that will be in every single ball game because their defense is good enough and their defense is bad enough and their offense is good enough that it'll just like outweigh. But if that defense just becomes okay, they're going to win the next 3 straight weeks and have a huge opportunity then to finish the season strong. And finally, I'm going to really end it on this. Everybody's already left already probably, but for all the people that stay to the very end, Richardson, I believe in you. I believe in Anthony Richardson. I think he bounces back this week. I think he rushes for 2 touchdowns, and I think he passes for 1. I think there's also a rushing touchdown by Goodson. That's my prediction of the touchdowns. You want to know who I think gets the passing touchdowns? Probably Downs. I think Pierce gets a couple deep shots, contested catches. Pittman, if he plays, is not going to be humongous as he really hasn't been all year. And expect A.D. Mitchell to bounce back. Reggie Wayne talked about it. That's my final prediction. Go Colts for the shoe. We bleed blue for the shoe. Beat the Titans. Let the world hear us now. This is our team. Go Colts. Have a luck time out.